We are so excited to be joined this morning with Aaron Scott, who is on The Voice, and he's from Tomah, Wisconsin. Good morning, Aaron.
Well, good morning. How are you?
Oh my gosh, this is so exciting. So tell us all the things. So first of all, tell us, why did you go and try out for the show in the first place?
I have quite a few people in the community that support me quite a bit. I actually have two jobs. One, I work at Tomah School District. Last year, I worked in the middle school in special education. And my principal, my boss there, he went to one of my shows in New Lisbon at a Silver Star parking lot party where we were opening for Michael Ray. And he just kind of listened to me, and like it was on a Saturday, and that next Monday, he's like, dude, you need to try out for The Voice. And it was like, boom. And my sister works at the middle school as well as an assistant principal. And so she was just like, yeah, I've been telling him this forever. So she kind of was there to push that and support that too. And then my other boss, I work in a gym on the weekends as Brian Slater in New Lisbon. And he just like on a separate occasion, like weeks later, walked in and just like, dude, have you ever thought about trying out for The Voice? I really think you should. And then it's just crazy because like a couple days before that, I was sitting watching The Voice, and all of a sudden I just kind of got this impulse to go on NBC's website and just create an artist account. And I didn't really submit to actually audition. I just kind of let it sit because I was like, I don't know, that's kind of crazy. And you're a dad, you're a teacher, your husband, just like, well, how's all this going to work? And then like none of them were aware that I had made this artist account. And sure enough, when he said, you got to go, let's try this, then I was like, okay, there's just too much obvious like lining up here that says I need to try. So I had the support obviously at home and at work, and just kind of everybody was on board. So went down to Nashville in January, started the whole process, and here we are.
Oh my gosh.
Exciting. So if y'all missed his blind auditions, it was amazing. He did Fuel's Hemorrhage in My Hands, and it was great. Got it linked up on the Buzz blog on the Z93 Lacrosse app and at Z933.com. And spoiler alert, you secured a spot on Team Blake.
Yep. Pretty cool, huh?
It is so cool. I mean, I know that I'm trying to remember who else turned around. Who else was it that turned? John, right?
Yeah, John Legend. It was pretty awesome.
Yeah. So were you like, what was that moment like for you to have to decide between like what? Like now you get to decide who you get to be as your advisor. Like how weird is that?
It's really hard to explain because you don't even know if you're going to get one turn.
Right.
You're just mentally preparing yourself for the very real possibility that nobody will turn. And you'll have to put on a smile, but inside you're devastated. And all of a sudden, just one flip of the switch, right. John turns around and you realize you're processing in the middle of your performance. Holy cow, this is really happening.
Yeah.
Then Blake turns a little bit later. And so all of a sudden I'm realizing like, oh my, I have a big decision to make here. This is gonna be tough. So I think they do a really good job coaching you on just what to do if that happens. And that's a great thing to have happen. But there was some really good advice to just be in the moment. Get the vibe and just kind of feel out what you think is the best decision and just kind of what you feel from that interaction. And I'll say it was really, really tough because both John and Blake and Kelly and Gwen, they all had such good things to say, even good critiques and great things for me to just learn from and hear about. And I'll say like I was pretty committed to thinking if Blake turned, I would probably pick him. I pretty much knew that in my head. Sure. But when John talked and just kind of gave me his feedback, and when he turned so early in the process, I was like, wow, I was really, I was blown away by that. So it was a tough decision, but at the end of the day, I think the thing that really made me feel like it was the right fit with me and Blake was I kind of felt like I was talking to a hunting buddy, and I guess for me, being from Wisconsin, being out there in LA in a totally different world, I wanted some familiarity. I wanted something that felt comfortable in that regard. And Blake kind of made me feel that way. So I felt like that was the way to go.
I could totally see that. And like, how did you keep your emotions in check? Like, because I'm a singer too, and I can't even imagine as they're turning around to keep that composure. I mean, how did you do that?
Good question. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure that.
Adrenaline, right?
Oh yeah, but there's this something in your head that says like there's like the fear factor for me that just said keep going,
Yeah.
keep going, and because there's that other part of your head that says, what if Kelly turns? What if Gwen turns? What
Right.
before Blake? What if Blake turns? What if I keep going and who knows what could happen?
Yeah.
And so you want to chase to get as much as you can.
Right.
One, and then two, I had this I had this panic attack in my head to some degree in the middle of the performance, thinking, oh my, what if they realized they made a mistake and they turned back around? That's like, we better stay in the game and not let anything get off here. So so definitely, it was a motivator to keep going, to get as much out of it as you could. But second, you're so well coached, and you've sang. I sang that song, I would say, over 1,000 times easily in my time preparing. So by that time, it was almost like, getting on the bike and just keep going. You don't even think about it at that point, because there's preparation and work that goes into it. And then just, there were other things I was thinking about too. I was like, oh, the choreography of what I wanted to be doing on stage. At this point, I wanted to be here. At this point, I wanted to be doing this. At this point, I need to make sure I'm getting a good breath here for this. And all those things are still going through your head. So almost to a degree, you have to put away that somebody's turned and just got to focus on that and then worry about that later.
Mm-hmm. So what are your students, and what does everybody think about this?
It's pretty funny. There was, I came back a little while ago after all these rounds were done initially, and the students walked in, and they, I was gone at the beginning of the school year. I'm home now, obviously. All the contestants are, but I came in late, and the kids kind of had wind that something was up, and but you can't share that. You don't want to share that. You just kind of want to let it be. And just get back into teaching, but there's no fooling the kids. I mean, of course, they catch wind of things real quick. And sure, when I was able to announce that I auditioned, all the kids came in. There was 1,000 questions every day. Of course, like, what happened? Did you pick blah 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 blah? What happened? Are you going to win? And all these crazy questions, of course. And then, sure enough, when the show aired and you saw it, the kids came back in. I will tell you this. The one thing that the kids were most interested in, which surprised me because I didn't even realize I did it until the kids told me, was, oh my goodness, man, I can't believe you winked at Kelly Clarkson. Like, I didn't even think about it. Like, I think that's my personality. Like, when I was talking, she said something about rock as a dying genre, and I kind of replied something like, that's why I'm here. And then I did it with a wink. I didn't realize, whoops, I winked at Kelly Clarkson on national TV, and the whole world saw that right now. And the kids were like, oh man, I can't believe you did that. And whatever, there was nothing to it. I was just having fun.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that is so fun.
So what happens next? So you're home now for how long?
Well, I know all the contestants are home, and we won't be heading back until live start. So that would be the battles and the knockouts and all that's already been aired. So everybody's home from that. I can't give details other than that in terms of something yet. But yeah, we're all home and enjoying all of this,
Yeah. Well, and it's nice to know that you made it through that process safely.
Yes.
Because that was obviously a real issue too. I mean, thinking about COVID and how that affected everything in the show, and being able to still move forward with it, but obviously a lot more precautions.
Oh, definitely. We were doing 3 times a week. We were being tested for COVID. Social distancing, obviously wearing the mask. Keeping our social distance, and everybody was very conscious of that. Even the show took extreme measures to try to make sure everything was safe. There was a lot less staffing there, for the blind audition. There was a lot less people than there normally is, so everybody take on more work. And of course, all the precautions with having the virtual audience, and then my wife and kids were on a virtual screen. So it was a little different. Of course, you can get a little bit like, oh man, I wish it would have been a live audience. Oh, I wish my family could have been out there. But honestly, having the blessing of even doing it, that trumps, all those things that you're a little bummed about. So, hey, whatever. But yeah, they took good care of us, and made sure we were safe.
Mm-hmm. So in town here, when you're in Tomah, what does your music life look like there right now? Will you be doing any music stuff when you're at home, or?
I would love to. I'm back, at the building teaching, and that's of course, I signed a contract to be a teacher for Tomah School District, and I want to honor that and do that, of course. And so my first priority is to the show, The Voice. And my second, obviously, shared priority is to be a teacher for school district right now. So that's my main priorities. That said, you know, with the COVID concerns and everything in Wisconsin the way it is right now, I mean, the numbers are crazy. I don't want to contribute to something that's going to cause harm for anybody. So I'm holding off on doing any live shows until, you know, I feel like it's safe and we all feel like it's safe to do that. So I'm holding off. There are some things we're looking into with virtual, to maybe do virtual things. Obviously, I want to work with the voice to make sure that that's okay and make sure that that works for everybody. And then to do it right, you know, because technology and things like that, as we know, it can be done correctly, it can be done incorrectly. So I want to do it right. So working on stuff, definitely spring, summer next year, you know, you bet. I want to get back up to lacrosse. I want to get going to Oktoberfest. I want to get, you know, Riverfest we've done.
Yeah.
I want to get all over the place and see what I can do and, you know, have fun with it.
Well, if you do end up doing anything, you just let us know, because we would be happy to promote you and get your, you know, performance out there. But we're very proud of you and we're excited for you. And as a fellow Wisconsinite, this is pretty cool. So it's pretty awesome to meet you in person, and we wish you well on your journey. When you get a chance, tune into the Morning Buzz.
There you go. Been listening to Z93 since I was a little kid, you know, in Wilton, Wisconsin, back home. You know, so yeah, it's surreal to be on here, even just to talk to you guys. It's awesome.
Cool.
We appreciate your time. Thank you for the interview, and shout out to La Crosse, Wisconsin, UW La Crosse, go Eagles. That's my motto. Let's go Eagles. So yeah, but thank you very much for the interview.